A border collie leads a little girl through a deadly snowstorm to save a dying officer, only to reveal he once saved her mother. In the frozen silence, a circle of fate, love, and sacrifice completes itself. Snow blanketed the road like a white sheet, and soft, cotton-like flakes were drifting down from the sky. Officer Ryan Keller took a deep breath and turned up the heater in his patrol vehicle. He was on duty, patrolling a remote mountain area in Colorado, so remote, in fact, that even his radio signal had vanished. Suddenly, a call came through the static. "Suspicious vehicle headed north on Highway 43. Officers be advised, the driver may be armed." Ryan immediately turned off the main road and drove into the forested area. The snowfall was getting heavier now. Snow-laden trees creaked and flakes melted off the branches, falling silently. Then, movement. He thought he saw something stir in the bushes. As he stepped out of the car to check, bang! A gunshot rang out. Pain tore through his ribs as he dropped to the ground. A bullet had hit just below his rib cage. His radio flew from his hand into the snow and shattered. No signal, no backup. His breath turned ragged. God, no, this can't be it. Not like this. His vision blurred, and the cold began to creep into his bones. Then, a faint crunching of snow. A small figure appeared from between the trees, a little girl, no older than 8, a pink hat and tiny gloves. In one hand, she held a miniature first aid kit. At her side was a border collie, eyes full of urgency and loyalty. "Oh my God, he's a police officer!" the girl exclaimed, her voice trembling. "Scout, he's the one we've been praying to help." Ryan couldn't speak. The girl ran up to him and knelt beside him. "My name is Maya," she said seriously. "My mom was an EMT. She taught me how to help someone hurt." She pulled a cloth from Ryan's belt and pressed it against the wound with surprising care. Her small hands were shaking, but steady. Then she turned to the dog. "Scout, you have to go to the station. You saw the badge, right? Take it to them. They'll know." Scout gently took Ryan's cracked police badge in his mouth, turned and bolted through the snow. Elsewhere, 2 off-duty rangers, Rick and Heather, were snow hiking nearby when they spotted a dog sprinting through the snow, a border collie, tail wagging furiously, something shiny in its mouth. As it drew closer, they saw the blood-specked police badge hanging from its jaws. "That's an officer's badge, and blood?" Rick said, alarmed. "We follow it now!" Scout barked urgently and took off again, leading them deep into the forest. Back in the woods, Ryan's breathing had slowed. His eyes fluttered, but Maya kept talking, her voice soft but steady, trying to keep him awake. "My mom used to say, 'Never let someone die alone.' You've probably saved hundreds. It's our turn now." Tears welled in her eyes, but she didn't panic. She stayed by his side, pressing on the wound, whispering hope into the freezing wind. Then the sound of crunching snow returned. Scout had brought help. Rick and Heather appeared through the trees, rushing to Maya's side. "Officer down! Gunshot wound! The girl's applying pressure! Oh God, she's keeping him alive!" They immediately radioed for backup. Within minutes, the thunder of a rescue helicopter echoed across the forest. EMTs descended rapidly and froze for a second, stunned by what they saw. An 8-year-old had applied near-perfect first aid. Later, at the hospital, Ryan slowly opened his eyes. The pain was still there, but he was alive. Sitting beside his bed was Maya, swinging her legs gently. At her feet, Scout, the border collie, lay curled up, his tail thumping lightly against the floor as he noticed Ryan waking up. "You're okay," Maya whispered with a soft smile. "You saved my life," Ryan murmured, voice cracked. Maya nodded. "Not just me. Scout helped too. And my mom." Ryan furrowed his brows. "Your mom?" Maya reached into her small backpack and pulled out a worn photograph, faded around the edges. She handed it to him carefully. It was a picture of a woman in an EMT uniform, kneeling beside a totaled car, helping pull out a child. Her face was focused, brave, unforgettable. Ryan stared at the photo and froze. He knew that woman. His voice cracked. "I know this woman. That day, the truck had flipped on Route 17. She was trapped between the steering wheel and the door, and the fire was spreading. I pulled her out seconds before it blew. She kept shouting, 'Save my daughter first!'" He looked up at Maya, his eyes wide with realization. You're the baby she was crying for. That was 8 years ago." Maya's eyes shimmered. "She told me about you. She always did. Said a brave police officer saved her life and carried me out of the car wrapped in your jacket. That jacket is still in my closet." Ryan's throat tightened. "She passed away 2 years ago. Cancer," Maya said softly. "But before she got too sick, she taught me first aid. Everything I knew to help you, she taught me." A thick silence hung in the room, not empty, but full of connection, memory, and something larger than coincidence. Ryan's voice cracked with emotion. "You saved her, and now all these years later, her daughter and her dog saved me." Maya smiled, tears in her eyes. "She used to say, 'What goes around comes around.' I think she was right." At that moment, the door opened and the hospital nurse walked in, pausing at the sight. Officer Ryan lying in bed, holding a photo to his chest, a little girl beside him, and a loyal dog watching over them both like a guardian. The nurse didn't speak. She just quietly closed the door again. Ryan reached out and gently held Maya's hand. "You're more than your mother's daughter. You're a hero in your own right. And that dog of yours, he's got the heart of a lion." Maya giggled. "He's a Border Collie, but I tell him that too." They both laughed, a sound of healing, of something deep and pure. Outside the window, the snow was beginning to melt, the world was slowly warming, and somewhere, above the clouds, a mother was surely smiling, knowing her daughter had completed the circle. If this story of a little girl, a loyal Border Collie, and an officer in the snow touched your heart, don't scroll away. Subscribe for more unforgettable tales of hope, sacrifice, and fate. Because sometimes the people we save are the ones who end up saving us.